What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you guys how to remove guide off of a rod. There's nothing wrong with this one. I'm just going to move it down a little bit. Going to need a razor, lighter, or another source of heat like a heat gun. And the key is to get the leading edge of the thread and to unravel it, so you don't have to spend time cutting it off. And I'll show you guys how to cleanly take the epoxy stains off the blank too. There's actually a trick to that. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. First of all, I'm gonna light underneath just to get the weak part of the threads here cut a little bit. Okay, once I make this cut, just kind of lift up, expose it, see if I can reach my thumb underneath there and just peel. Use little picks for this. Alright, see how I'm getting the leading edge of the thread there? So once you get that, you should be able to unravel this whole thing. There we go. Okay, once we're there, right there, that's the leading edge. So a little bit of heat will soften up the epoxy, and then at that point, so let's take off this next one right here. Same thing, light it underneath, weaken the spot where the guide foot is. Okay, make your cut so the guide foot is protecting the blank. Okay, you can use another tool if you want to reach under there, peel up the threads, and hopefully get the leading edge. Okay, and I can see it right there. Hopefully get the leading edge of this one. This one I don't care about. Got it. Soften the epoxy around the foot. Trim any other portions of thread you got. And then your guide should just pop right off, just like that. Okay. Next, I'm gonna remove the under wrap. Get most of this stuff off. Okay. So I know that I wrapped it from this direction forward, so I'm gonna unravel it from this direction back. So what I wanna do is break down the epoxy here, just soften it up. Expose some of the threads there, you can kind of see. And now I can gently come in with the razor. Right there. So now the guide is off, you can kind of clean up the rest of this here. What you don't want to do is use too much heat, but what you can do is use a little bit to try to get this bulk of it off. General rule of thumb for me is only as hot as my fingers can take. And now that I've got the borders and the bulk of the epoxy off, I'm going to work on the thread stains. So here what I'm going to do is take a popsicle stick, agitate this, and abrade it. Abrade all of this to the point where it becomes white and powdery. If you heat it up, you can even get more of this to go. But the point is not to use much heat at all. So, looks pretty abraded. Got some denatured alcohol on it now. And then I'm gonna let it soak right in. let it soak right into the epoxy stain. So now I'm going to continue to abrade it, and you'll see that the epoxy is doing the denatured alcohol is doing its job. It's really absorbing into that abraded finish, and this stuff is just melting off right now. And so I can continue to do this until all these stains are gonna pretty much be done with, and you can kind of see it. It's working really well. That's it. It's a clean blank. Nothing left on it. And that's the end result that we're going for. All right.